Fans Beyond Wrestling, this is Denver, Colorado, the man, not the place. The man you're looking at right there, JT Dunn, the winner of the second ever tournament for tomorrow. We're going to be featuring him heavily the upcoming weeks at youtube.com/beyondwrestling. Going to be showing you some of his top bouts from 2013. This one comes courtesy of NEFW. Right now, the bell is sounded. JT Dunn going one-on-one for the first time ever with Eddie Edwards. Of course, Eddie Edwards, an internationally renowned competitor. We've seen him embroiled in a rivalry with Biff Busick in Beyond Wrestling. Just about as good as they come. A sound technician in the ring. But JT Dunn is a star on the rise. Right here showing that he can match Eddie Edwards in the technical wrestling department. Eddie Edwards was quick to find a counter fight, back up to a vertical base, and he's back down into the corner. Trying to find some separation, or are we going to see a clean break? Edwards known for those chops. And that's what he was looking for right there. JT Dunn, ever the student, knowing to get out of the way. Eddie Edwards making his target clear. And that is going to be the chest of JT Dunn. Eddie Edwards and JT Dunn circle each other once more. And as JT Dunn's looking to tie up, Eddie Edwards takes the left arm before driving JT Dunn down with that snapmare. Give Dunn credit though. Applying a hammerlock. Certainly a position that's much more difficult to counter. But Eddie Edwards back up to a vertical base once again, and instead of backing Dunn into the corner, he's got him on the ropes. Dunn's arm behind the rope. And this time the fake out from Eddie Edwards, and he fires the first shot. We've seen Dunn have some incredible bouts against Johnny Gargano and Michael Elgin. I would certainly put Eddie Edwards at that level, if not better. This may be the biggest test of JT Dunn's career. Eddie Edwards, a former Ring of Honor champion, Ring of Honor tag team champion, has done a dozen tours for Noah in Japan. JT Dunn going to have to rely on that speed to stay one step ahead from Eddie Edwards. Into the waiting arms, able to counter with that head scissors takedown. And Dunn taking the risk, throwing caution to the wind and using his body as a projectile to wipe out Eddie Edwards on the floor. JT Dunn not wasting any time, wants to pin Eddie Edwards right in the center of the ring. Rolls him in, hooks the leg. Not even good for a 2 count. Now just driving the knees. Back at Eddie Edwards. And this is what I like to see, that aggression out of JT Dunn. Obviously a favorite here with the crowd at NEFW, but he's going to be careful. He cannot spend too much time concentrating on playing to those fans. He's really going to worry about such a dangerous opponent in Eddie Edwards. And what makes Eddie Edwards so dangerous is that he never takes a shortcut. He just relies on his God-given ability, and that is what has brought him so far in the world of professional wrestling. Able to reverse the Irish whip. Charging in with that forearm. Man, did you hear that impact? Down with the reversal, perhaps he's looking for a forearm of his own. Elevated, caught himself on the apron. Edwards staggered for that kick and taking him down that socket bomb. Still only a 2 count. What Dunn may be in danger of doing right here is not pacing himself accordingly. We've really seen him bust out some of the big guns. Just the opening moments of this contest. If Edwards is able to weather the storm, he's going to be taking it to a fatigued opponent. Dunn's hung up awkwardly on that top rope. A chop to the back. That's not going to knock the wind out of you. That's just going to send shockwaves down your spine. And now the drop kick from Eddie Edwards. And you hear Shelly Martinez on the outside providing some moral support. But unfortunately, Dunn could not extricate himself from that top rope. Got caught with another pair of boots from Eddie Edwards. For Shelly Martinez coming all the way from the West Coast. Here to manage JT Dunn. Obviously making waves in the industry coast to coast with some of his performances in Beyond Wrestling. Some of the performances like we're seeing right now here at NEFW. Dunn taking a page out of Eddie Edwards' playbook. Same could be said right there. Edwards with a kick, not something that you normally see out of his arsenal. That's why Dunn could not get out of the way, could not prepare for it. That's why he's crumpled up in a heap on the floor.
Getting back in the ring, guys.
Edwards has Dunn across his shoulders. And just drops him chest first over that barricade, used to protect the fans. Unfortunately, in this instance, harming one of the wrestlers. And Edwards making sure that Shelly Martinez is not getting involved, keeping her distance. Although she has been around wrestling for over a decade. So if there's somebody that can instill some wisdom on JT Dunn, perhaps something that he can't see, being in the heat of the moment, to help guide him throughout this contest, Martinez may prove to be an excellent asset. I don't think that Dunn wants to match Eddie Edwards at his game, though, because he's going to lose. He just lost. He just got wiped out on the floor again. Now Edwards, as physical as they come, that backdrop suplex on the apron. I mean, you can see for yourself, with the ring skirt pulled down, that's nothing but a steel beam and wooden panels. Almost a worse impact than landing on the floor. And again, Shelly checking on JT Dunn. Only good for a 2 count. Eddie Edwards, one of his first appearances for NEFW, does not have that same support as JT Dunn, who has put on outstanding performance after outstanding performance for these fans. But how can you not be impressed with Eddie Edwards and what he's doing right now, the way that he is deliberating the pace of this match, the way that he is dictating every single maneuver, slowing JT Dunn down, obviously the quicker of the 2 competitors. This is what Dunn needed to do in the earlier moments. And Edwards really making sure that Shelly Martinez is not going to get involved.
Get him out the corner, let's go.
What impact on the Irish whip. Dunn somehow able to get the boot off. When he positions himself on the top rope, Edwards quick to recover. Now he's going to hook up for that backpack stunner. And Dunn, what a counter! Rolling through! And catching him with that crusher. Dunn needs to capitalize. Both men are down. The official checking on him. He's going to start the 10 count. Dunn was able to create a great opening, but he needs to capitalize. Sending Eddie Edwards face first down into the canvas. Doing some damage to the head and the neck with that ace crusher. Think of the punishment that JT Dunn has been on the receiving end of for the last few minutes. Dunn trying to bring himself back up to a vertical base, connects with a kick. Edwards responds with a forearm. Dunn with an elbow. Edwards with an elbow of his own. Dunn again with the kick. I think that Dunn really should be relying on these kicks. I think that it might provide him with more success in this contest before he can build any real momentum. The knee to the midsection. We see a reversal of the Irish whip. He telegraphed that back body drop. What a mistake that Dunn couldn't afford. Oh! Just dropped Eddie Edwards on his head. Able to get the knees up as well. That blue thunder lung blower, only good for a 2 count. You're going to be kidding me. Going to remember, though, Eddie Edwards really came to prominence when he competed with a broken arm in that ladder match for Ring of Honor. Unheard of. This guy is as tough as they come. And really at this point in the match, it becomes a battle of Eddie Edwards' toughness versus JT Dunn's heart and determination. Don't look for that Dave Cole bomb. Eddie Edwards put on the brakes. Edwards again extending the boot. Climbing up to that second rope. And just driving both of his knees into the face of Dunn. Dunn's on spaghetti legs. Oh, caught Edwards in the temple with that knee. And the super kick. Edwards might be done. 1, 2, 3. Oh! I think the expression on Shelly Martinez's face says it all. She couldn't believe it. JT Dunn couldn't believe it. Now encouraging Dunn to finish Eddie Edwards. Dunn's going to be looking for that knockout elbow. Man, I don't know if he wants to go strike for strike with Eddie Edwards. If he's only got one opportunity, he better make it count. This could be a mistake, though, waiting for Edwards to get up to his feet. And in the meantime, Edwards able to nail that super kick. Dunn was looking for added momentum with the rotation. That rolling elbow. Ah! Caught him on that top rope. Edwards has him hooked to the backpack stunner. Killed him with it that time! Sending shockwaves up and down his spine. And when Dunn kicks out, Edwards stayed one step ahead of him, right into that. Shelly Martinez up on the apron. Gonna say I'm a little bit surprised to see that. But then again, that may be what she's there for. Not sure if that's something that her and Dunn put together before this match or otherwise. There we see Eddie Edwards rolling through that half crab. Dunn with the inside cradle. Still not enough. Eddie Edwards with a scintillating chop. Dunn with that pump kick. Rebounded off the ropes. Turned inside out with a clothesline. Eddie Edwards should have went for the pin right there. He's got something else in mind. Just a power bomb. He's going to fold it up. And as Dunn kicks out, Edwards was not able to hold on to the leg to go into that half crab. Almost looked like in that exchange, Eddie Edwards was trying to match speed with JT Dunn, which he was able to do successfully. But how much energy did that take out of him? He's carrying a little bit more mass than JT Dunn. Now Eddie Edwards looking to come off the top rope. Perhaps going to be looking for that double stomp. A signature maneuver of the American Wolves. Really taking his time. Sizing up his opponent, making sure that he can balance. And misses the mark. Dunn's hurt, though. Dunn was able to roll out of the way. But he's not back up to his feet. He can't capitalize. And again, Shelly Martinez up on the apron. Is she biting Eddie Edwards on the neck? JT Dunn catching Eddie Edwards with that elbow. And that's enough to put him down.